Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this gluten-free Nutella cake. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe, you'll want to start on the cake. So grab yourself a large mixing bowl, and into that mixing bowl place your dry ingredient, which is your gluten-free flour, sugar, cocoa powder, raisin agent and salt. Then mix together until combined. Then when you're ready, you can go ahead and add in the wet ingredient, which are just oil, milk and eggs, and mix those in until it's been fully incorporated, and you should have a chocolatey and rich looking cake batter. It's really simple. It's just adding wet to dry, mix in, and you're good to go. Give it a good mix until you see a cake batter form, and mix for just about a minute and a half, or about a minute and a half works really well. And then once you see everything, you're good to go. Give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any final bits of ingredients that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So don't forget to scrape the very top and bottom of the bowl. Then divide the cake batter between your two 6-inch cake tins, which have been lined with some parchment paper. I'm using scales, but feel free to eyeball it if that works for you as well. And then once you're ready, you can then go ahead and place those into your preheated oven and bake them off. I will leave all that information in the blog post, which will be linked down below, so don't forget to check it out if you are interested in making this recipe. To make the buttercream, you'll want to go ahead and grab yourself a small saucepan and place in the sugar and water, then mix together until combined. Set on the hob on a medium-high heat and allow to come to 121 degrees Celsius. While that's doing its thing, grab yourself a mixing bowl and place in your egg yolks and whole egg, then whisk together until they are lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. I find around 7 to 10 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes works really well for this, as you want them to become much lighter, fluffier, and the mixture will become thicker and the volume will increase. That's what you're looking for. So the more time you can throw into it, the better it will be. So you're looking for it to be almost white, if not just a little bit off white. Add in your hot sugar syrup that you've prepared earlier on. Pour that in carefully, turn the speed down, you do not want to get that on your skin, and mix that in until it's fully incorporated, and you can touch the bottom of the bowl with the back of your hand. Once you can then change from a whisk to a beater and add in the butter chunk by chunk, and you'll notice that it may look a little soupy at first, but believe me, as the butter is incorporated into those final few pieces, the mixture will thicken and work perfectly. Mix until all the butter is fully incorporated. Then you can go ahead and add in the Nutella. I'm just using normal Nutella, and mix that in until it's fully incorporated. You're looking for a rich chocolatey buttercream, and this is going to be smooth and glossy as it's a French meringue buttercream. But then don't forget to give the bowl a good scraping down. This is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in, but this buttercream is so good it normally works its way in very well, so just sort of give it a good mix just to incorporate any bits that may not. To start on the decorating process, grab yourself a plate, board or stand and pipe a blob of buttercream into the centre. Then place your first layer of cake on top of that, pressing down to secure in place. Pipe a ring of buttercream around the outer edge of the cake. Then fill the centre with the same buttercream and spread and level it out to get as level as possible. Doesn't need to be perfect. Then place your second layer of cake on top, just pressing down to secure it in place. Remember that gluten-free baking is a little bit more delicate, but it shouldn't be too bad. Then take your buttercream into a piping bag and just pipe around the outer edge of the cake. Again, this doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be an outer layer edge of buttercream, because that's what you're looking for. And as we smooth and decorate the cake, it will level out and smooth out and become perfect looking. So the gaps you see now, you won't see in a little bit. Fill the top as well, level that off. We'll be working on top again anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Take your scraper and scrape away the excess buttercream, and this will help fill in any imperfections and take away that excess buttercream. And then if there are gaps that are a bit bigger, you can fill them in with the same buttercream and just keep going until you're happy with the smoothness and the look of the cake. It doesn't take too long, and once you're happy, you're good to go. One bit of advice I recommend is once you're happy and you've got almost there, dip your scraper into some boiling water and dip away and just flick away the excess water. Then scrape the cake one more time, and this will make it perfect. Believe me, it works really well. Then around the bottom outer edge of the cake, take some chopped hazelnuts and just make a border. It doesn't need to be perfectly level. I don't like a perfectly level border. Just create a border around the bottom of the cake and then remove any of the excess nuts that are there. Then around the top edge of the cake, pipe whatever you would like. I just pipe these little blobs for something a little bit different, because I don't really get to work with just a plain tip nozzle too often, as I don't really use it for decorating too much. But then I do this and then top those with some more of the same nuts that I created a border with around the bottom edge of the cake. Again, this is completely optional and you don't have to do this, but feel free to decorate it however you like. I then chill the cake and then give it around about an hour in the fridge. I recommend leaving the cake out for around half an hour, 45 minutes to come to room temperature. That's when cake is most enjoyable. Slice it up and you should have this cake. Believe me, it tastes so good and you can't even tell it's gluten free, not dry at all. But that's all for today, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description, there'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog and links to my social medias. But that's all for today, I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.